Welcome to Thursday. That's the song of the podcast. I don't have music, so the reason that I began this podcast was because I wanted it to be as simple as possible from this time of me recording it to getting it out there on the internet. I love making videos, but videos have kind of a long tail of a back end where you do all the work up front and it's kind of hard, and then you spend a lot of time editing it to make it perfect, and then when you upload it you still see errors like a couple of days from now and you'll be like, oh, I wish that I would have fixed that, or I wish I would have color graded that different. I just wanted to do something a little bit more raw, also to kind of train myself to be able to speak correctly in I guess a proper flow, tell a good story, which is something that I felt that I was not doing correctly. I've really spent a lot of time. I was the absolute worst person on video for a very, very long time because I could not string together 5 sentences in a row. I couldn't string together like 3 sentences in a row without having a break or saying the word 50 times, which I'm still prone to do. But it's getting better, and thank you for listening to this podcast. And I think that through this podcast, I'm actually getting better at that. So maybe that's the pre-tip to this podcast, that if you want to be making videos and you're just not comfortable in front of the camera, find what you are comfortable with. If you're comfortable just talking to, I record most of these on my iPhone. If you're comfortable just like talking to your iPhone in your car, go out and start doing that and just get more comfortable putting content out there into the world, whether it's for your brides and grooms or it's for your commercial clients or whoever it's for. Just find who you are able to communicate to effectively and just keep doing it over and over again, and you will get better. Your muscle memory will improve over time. So today I'm talking about something that is literally close to home for me, and that is being successful in a mid-sized city. So I live in a city, I'm going to say there's about 600, maybe 700,000 people within like a 40-minute drive of here. This specific city that I live in, I think, has like 180,000, but there's a couple cities kind of all clustered together here. So that is kind of my perspective of what a mid-sized city is. It's not a Toronto, it's not a New York, it's not an LA. It's just kind of like suburbs, nothing really too built up, a couple of downtowns. And that is what I live in, and that's what I've been successful in. So the way that I see a mid-sized city is you don't really have to be, I know that there's a lot of talk about like you niche down and you, whatever you do, you keep doing that until you're good at it and you're known for it. But I think as somebody in a mid-sized city, you're able to kind of sway outside of that a little bit more and still be successful. And I think that the market almost calls for that. So as a wedding photographer, there are the obvious translations that you can go out and you can do family photos, you can do newborn photos, you can do maternity photos, you can do, maybe that's about it that like makes 100% sense. But there are different avenues, different genres of photography that you can explore and still stay true to exactly what you're doing. I also think that by going out and doing cool things in big cities, you really do bring a lot of credibility back, that if you go out and you shoot something in New York and you're from a smaller city in Canada, obviously that's going to look really good on you. And those are jobs that you can just create yourself. Just go out and connect with local business owners or connect with local like Instagram quote influencers or whoever you're kind of passionate about kind of going out and doing stuff with, or find people that live somewhere that you want to go out and do family photos for, or that you want to do wedding photos for, or if you know a couple that just got married and they just moved to LA and you can convince them to put their wedding clothes back on and go out and do a shoot in LA because it's close to home. Maybe they didn't get married at home. That's like ways that you can generate your own work that looks really good, especially and sets you apart inside a smaller or a mid-sized city. The other thing, I guess, with being in a mid-sized city is that you can take all the work you want. You just don't have to tell anyone about it. So if you do shoot real estate, or if you shoot kitchens, or you have a sub-brand that markets specifically for something else, that is totally cool, I think. And I know that there's a lot of negative kind of talk that like you really do need to figure out what you want to do and stay on that train. But my perspective as somebody that kind of, I stay on the wedding train. I do weddings every year, but I don't sell family sessions every year. I do that maybe every other year. And I just kind of do what I want to do. And I know that at least the wedding income is there to keep me stable, to keep, that I know that like in 2021, actually I have 4 weddings. So I know that I have work into 2021, maybe not 21, that's a ways off. So I know that I have work. So within kind of that I've set my life up like that, I'm now willing to experiment a little bit more than maybe I would have in the past when I was just building my business. So, sorry, a large panda balloon just blew by me and I got very distracted. So if you are looking to be successful in a middle-sized city and becoming very successful, I think that it's important and it is completely reasonable to become some small celebrity in that space and to be somebody that everybody knows about. And the easiest way to do that is to just begin creating content and create content, I think, with your city in mind. So if you embed yourself in the local community, figure out what your local community needs and fill that niche, I think that is the best thing that you can do. And maybe that is outside of photography. So for me personally, like, we do the food show, and by doing the food show, it makes myself, like, my face just out there in the community, and it's something that people want to share, that maybe they're not going to share like every single promotional material that I put out there for my photography business, but if you're promoting something that's good in the community, there's a pretty good chance that they're going to share that. We did a documentary on startups a long time ago here, and that documentary on startups really did a lot of great things for our careers because it just gave us an excuse to talk to anyone we wanted to in town. So whether that means that you do something similar to like a Humans of New York in your city, I think that would go really well. Or if you start doing small little like video documentaries, or you just start writing, I think the more that you can get out there in your community, the better, even if it is outside of photography. Obviously, you want to be doing something that has either photography or video kind of built in if video is something that you want to be doing. And by doing that, and just like by constantly being out there and working and doing different things, and especially things that like don't even generate money or that are not for money, that you just want to do in your community, that you want to exist, I think that you're probably in a pretty good spot if you're in a small or a mid-sized community, that you can create this content and it will have quite a lot of legs and people willing to share it. And the density of people that have to see it in order for you to start getting known and to start getting your content passed around is actually very little. I find that if like 40,000 people watch a video because we put $200 in Facebook ads into it, that's like, I don't know what the percentage is, but that's a significant percentage of our local community. And the fact that it is that easy to do with that small amount of advertising dollars, like you used to have to go on television, and I don't even know what a TV buy is, even in a local market here, or like billboards or radio or anything like that. Now you can just do it all from the comfort of your own home. So I think it's important to, one, like obviously have your professional business and know what you want to do. If you want to be doing weddings and families and weddings and babies or whatever it is, or families and babies, or any combination of the above, or commercial, or food, or just like social media influencers, or going out and doing photos for like, I call them social media sessions, where you just take photos of people for them to use on their social media for the next little while. Whatever you want to be doing, it's cool to go outside of that as well, and to do passion projects of things that you're personally excited with. It. If you work with a local community organization, make them a wicked awesome video, because that's going to go a long ways in a smaller mid-sized community. Everyone's going to see it, everyone's going to be aware of it, and your name over time will start getting passed around. This is not like an instant, like you do one project and you're known. This is a collection of efforts over like a 10-year period to get really known and to get really respected in your area. But it is worth the journey, and especially if you think you're going to be sticking around where you live, it's definitely worth the effort put in. So today, figure out what you can do to go out there into your community and create something great, and then feature that on your photography page. Obviously, the more photography you can, if you can just go out and take photos, or you can go out and take videos, that's going to do a lot of good things. The other good thing that you could possibly do is to become the host of something and to be an actual media personality in your city, or even just like somebody that is like, I don't know, as simple as like modeling for shops or something like that, that if you shop at a local store often enough, have somebody take a bunch of photos of you in their clothes and then share that with that clothing company. And there's a pretty good chance, because they are in a small community and everyone needs content, that they're going to share it. If you go out and you do a lot of great photos of your lunch or dinner, there's also a pretty good chance that if you DM that or get that in the hands of whoever runs the social media account, that they're also going to put that out there into their social media stream and tag you in that as well. And maybe a good job will come from that down the road, or maybe it's just a bunch of links back from all around the community, all pointed back towards you. The more places you can be, I think the better. The more incoming links, it's kind of like SEO, that the more the more links coming into your website from all around Google and all around the internet is obviously better and will make your persona a little bit larger than it currently is. So those are my thoughts and advice on becoming successful in a mid-sized city today. I hope that you have a lovely day. Thanks for listening to the podcast. I'm Taylor Jackson, and I'll see you next time.